Some stories of genetic discovery lead to joyful reunions, warm embraces, and long-awaited answers. Others, like Hope's, offers closure in a different way, a silent understanding of where one comes from, even if the past remains locked away in secrecy. This is a story of persistence, resilience, and the complex emotions that come with uncovering family truths. Welcome back to Client Story with DNA Angels. I'm Brenda with Team Puerto Rico. Hope was adopted when she was just 5 days old. Like many adoptees, she spent her life wondering about her biological parents, who they were, where they came from, and why they made the choices they did. The unknown had always lingered in her mind, a missing piece of her identity. When she turned to DNA testing and found DNAngels, she wasn't just hoping for names. She wanted answers. She wanted to know if she looked like them, if they had ever thought about her, and most of all, why they had given her up. What she didn't expect was just how complicated her journey would be. When adoptees search for their roots, they usually have one known side of their DNA match list to work with. But Hope knew neither her biological mother nor father, which meant her search required double the work. Instead of ruling out one side and focusing on the other, our team had to construct two family trees in tandem, piecing together four great grandparents on each side and whittling our way down to potential parents. With patience and careful analysis, we reached a major breakthrough. On one side of Hope's family, we found a single child, one son among his generation. That meant we had identified Hope's biological father. With this critical piece in place, we knew that her mother had to be somewhere on the other side. Unlike the father's family, where we had only one possibility, the maternal side presented a different challenge. 8 daughters. Any one of these women could have been Hope's biological mother. Through meticulous DNA comparisons, we ruled out 5 of the sisters, leaving just 3 possibilities. Sometimes DNA testing reaches its limits. In cases like this, we often have to tell clients, your mother is one of these women, but we cannot say definitively which one. It's never the answer we want to give, and is certainly never the answer a client wants to hear. Hope's case, however, had one more clue, one that led us to the truth. One of the 3 remaining sisters, Mary, was married to Hope's biological father, John. Together, they had given up a baby for adoption. While this wasn't concrete proof that Mary was the mother, it was a strong indication. If they were together at the time, and if the DNA evidence pointed in her direction, it was reasonable to conclude that she was the one who had given birth to Hope. But a lingering doubt remained. What if one of the other sisters had been Hope's mother, and John and Mary had taken on the responsibility of placing the baby for adoption? Could there have been another layer to the story? To ensure the most accurate answer possible, I continued to search. After countless hours of combing through DNA matches, eliminating alternate possibilities, and confirming distant relatives, the conclusion became undeniable. Mary was Hope's biological mother. This revelation led to another twist, one that was even harder to comprehend. After giving up Hope up for adoption, Mary and John had continued their marriage and later had another child, a daughter named Grace. This meant that Hope had a full biological sister who had been raised by their parents while she had been placed in another family. The news left Hope with more questions than answers. She was thrilled to have confirmation about her origins, but confusion clouded her joy. Why had her parents given her up, only to go on and raise another child? I could not answer that question for her. No one could. except for Mary and John themselves. And sadly, they are both deceased. Despite finally knowing her roots, Hope faced another obstacle: her biological family's silence. Mary was still alive at 90 years old, as were four of her sisters. Hope had no way of knowing if they would welcome her or if they would deny her existence. Reaching out was daunting, but she wanted to try. She began cautiously, contacting a cousin first. Through this cousin, she received family photos and some information, but there was an unmistakable hesitation when it came to discussing Hope's existence. No one ever gave up a child for adoption, the cousin insisted. But Hope knew otherwise. She had proof. She was it. But that didn't mean her biological family was ready to acknowledge her. After much thought, Hope made a decision that only she could make. She chose not to push. She chose not to confront her biological mother or demand an explanation. Instead, she chose peace. Some people need face to face reunions. Some people need apologies. Others, like Hope, find solace in simply knowing the truth. I have my answer, she said, and I'm okay with that. She understood that her mother had likely carried this secret for decades. If Mary wasn't ready to acknowledge the past, forcing a conversation wouldn't change what had happened. It wouldn't make her mother understand the years of longing Hope had felt. It wouldn't erase the pain of being given away while her sister was kept. But Hope could take comfort in one thing. She knew her story, she knew her origins, and sometimes for some people that is enough. So, how about we go ahead and support Hope's journey? Not every DNA journey ends with a warm embrace. Not every story gets a happy ending wrapped up in reconciliation. But every person has the right to know their origins. Hope found her answers, and she chose peace. Now we can show her that she is not alone. So, how about all of you leave a green heart in the comments below to send Hope your support? Let's remind her that truth matters and that she deserves every ounce of clarity she fought so hard to find. And if you or someone you know is searching for their biological family, know that us here at DNA Angels can help you. Visit DNAngels.org to start your journey. Goodbye, everybody.